Welcome to my channel, All for Health with Jane. Family, on this video, we are going to watch a clip of an interview of Sophie Ndaba and pedi. You know, this interview of Sophie Ndaba and is worth watching again and again and again. There is a lot of lessons to learn from this interview. Family, if you still don't believe that God is alive, after watching this interview, looking at where Sophie Ndaba comes from to where Sophie Ndaba is today, then family, I don't know what is it that you still need. Family, let's watch and listen to Sophie Ndaba, and I will give my comments at the end of this interview.
I remember sitting in my bedroom floor, going back to my house now.
Yeah.
Somebody was renting it for probably 2 years. And when I got there, I had nothing. The fridge was empty. My bank account was clean. I had no cars. I had nothing. And I said, yo, Mudim, you've brought me to ground zero, literally. You want me to listen to you. God, I'm here for it. Kana go weigh 42 kgs. I used to stand in front of the mirror. Stand naked. Look at my skeleton body. And say to God, let's go. Give spilling affirmations. I'm beautiful.
Yes.
I'm gorgeous.
Yes.
I'm restored. I'm the child of the Most High God.
Yes.
I'm successful. I used to even sometimes because write them on a piece of paper and hold them, look at the mirror, look at my body. I needed to face it.
Sure. Head on.
I'm a skeleton.
Yeah.
People already written my obituaries.
Yeah.
Right? It's me against the world with my God. I cleaved unto him. I don't know if you understand when he says, seek me.
Yes.
Jeremiah 29:11-13 says, I know the plans I have,
Yeah.
plans to prosper you. If you seek me with all your heart, you will find me. And what will happen when you find me? I will bless you.
Yes.
I'll bless you all the days of your life. Just come seek me. And I thought, I need to seek this dude. I need to re-seek him. It's like a man of shalangwanyana some matling, guru chantum matum, matum, sikuru, monologitum cholaga.
Yeah.
Baru, come as a bridge guy. That was me. I'm like, I want to find this guy. This guy called Jesus, this guy called God, this guy who's the only one killing shokor is not meant that you should lie.
Ooh.
Stood in front of that mirror. Every day, say, God, I promise you, if you restore flesh by flesh, I'll serve you. We serve a mighty God. And anybody who doesn't know who God is, I feel sorry for them.
Yeah.
I'm crying tears of joy because I'm like in disbelief.
Sure.
He restored me. It's not possible. It is not possible. After all that I did wrong, even after I knew the difference between right and wrong, he said, vengeance is mine. After all the things that wronged you, focus on me.
Focus on
Keep
me.
your eye on me.
Yeah.
You know, so every time I think about this story, tears just start rolling because I'm still up to today in disbelief. There is a God who restores. There is a God who is a yes and an amen God.
He's faithful.
Oh,
Even when we are not faithful.
oh Lord.
He's faithful.
What an amazing guy.
Yeah.
What an amazing guy. You know? Thank you. You know when when I stood in front of the mirror, I used to say to him, let's go, Mchan. I get you one.
Yeah.
I gotta give Saikonya. Let's place flesh by flesh and Chan. Booyah, let's fight flesh by flesh. Let's start here because this is where I'm most uncomfortable. Ha ke apere, ka nako ke seshwapa. From the girl whose songs were made about my bootyliciousness, ne ke le seshwapa se le sa haesale, kore ha ne ba re English figure, next I understand what is English figure until I heard it and I was like, yo, kanti ba ne trauma enje. I was to say I'm an English figure. Habana Kore ke ba bona why anong the Kardashians had to put the bums
You know?
the banyana ba today ba di kenya and ba slayer. And I didn't want that kind of slaying. I just wanted God to restore me.
Sure.
Yeah. And I looked in the mirror and every morning it took for a year. I'm not talking about 1 week, 1 day. 1 full year I was alone. No children, no nothing. Alone with my God in my house. With nothing. I remember when the last car I had many cars, was taken. I said, hey, you really want to start me off from scratch, huh? And I said, no problem, let it all go. Let me start afresh. So when journalists were busy writing and ranting and thinking it's cute to write about people, I thought, what a career, what a season to be part of such nonsense. When people don't understand that there's the line that you can't cross when it comes to another human being. There's a line your editor is putting you under pressure to write 1, 2, 3, and then there's a line that you cannot cross as a normal human being. You can't cross it. Even up to today, I speak for other people that I see, and I'm like, you cannot cross that line. How dare you? Think when a person is trying just to get it together to say, what am I going to eat tomorrow? And when you're busy ranting and raving about, Hassan, 1, 2, 3, do your research. Assess situation. How about not every day, then that's a lovely story to write to say, irresponsible, look at what happened. You lost everything. But a person who is the homebody, and you're celebrating and you want the whole, in fact, about the whole advertiser, the whole world must know today, in fact, is that something to be proud of as a society? We need to rethink as people when we start following and commenting on Twitter. You know, they say social media was there for people to engage and to grow and to build businesses and empires. Now they've become personal. So when I was in that space, I was not in Twitter. In fact, I was immune. I still am immune to that. I get angry, but now I've learned to even be calmer because it's a journey. You don't just stop being unmoved. You're human. But you are moved, but there's a way that you work an attitude, there's a way in which you accept it, there's a way in which you deal with it, there's a way in which you address it. That is very different. And here I was, my only focus was, God, bring back my flesh, flesh by flesh by flesh by flesh. Bone by bone. You're a God of restoration. You will rebuild this body. According to the matrix where you see a body changing and then something's happening. I said, my God is the matrix himself.
Sure. Come on.
And you will restore me.
Yeah.
I would go to the bathroom to brush my teeth. In my mansion, darling, by the way. You brush your teeth, the dogs, the puppies, nice. I had to regroup on, am I ready to start over alone? I've lost everything. I don't have finances. I don't have a business. I don't have anything. You know, I want to teach people that when a friend has lost everything, it's come to confirm. Because God's grace upon their lives is beyond your imagination.
Yeah.
When God says, I will get in the presence of your enemies, it's not just a line. God doesn't speak lines that are not doing words, that are not real. Mudimu is that God of wonders that he makes everything real and he makes sure he shows off and shows up. People don't understand your story sometimes. They don't even understand, why are you so confident? You're never cope. Because God doesn't give you what you can't cope with.
Yeah.
So at that time, I had I had friends that were supportive no matter what. I had a friend, her name is Sophie, who called me and said, Chomi, you need a psychologist. How sharp? And then I said, we are black people. Re tsanka di psychologist, di therapist, di shrink. Re tsanka what well? Abare no, I'm gonna pay for you. You're gonna go and see this shrink. If you can't find one in 4 ways, I'll find one for you. She looked, I looked, we looked. She called me every day, irritating the hell out of me. And eventually, I went to see this shrink. And when I got there, he would ask me one question. Why are you here? Yo, ito. There was tears from the beginning at an hour session. Negitlo batlo bua something and tears raw. He would say, take your time. And then bring a piece of paper and say, do you prefer to write what you're going through?
Yeah.
And then I'd say, yeah. And then I'd write. And then I'd stop. And he says, what do you want to do? And I say, I want to talk. Then I start again. Then before we know it, it's 1:45, the hour gone. Right? And by that time, it's time now to leave. My next session. At that time, I probably don't even have the money to pay for the next session. And I'm there. And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, yeah, I need to talk to this guy, but this guy, he doesn't know, exactly what's going on. This guy is not gonna tell the country, what are my secrets?
Yeah.
The secrets that I'm still keeping even up to today. He's the only one who knows them.
Yeah.
And he says, what do you want to do about them? You know, it's interesting where a friend will say, Chomi Ramlata, Chomi Rukesa. But a person who's qualified, will say to you, how do you want to address this? And then this is how you deal with a problem. You don't deal with it out of anger. You don't deal with it out of emotion, because any decisions made out of emotion are never correct. You regret them every time. Excuse me. So that's one person who taught me about my silence up till today. And when you're good and ready, when everybody has forgotten, when everybody's gonna say, Ubita, bitter for who? I'm the one who felt the pain. I'm the one who went through the journey. What you think means nothing to me. Right? Because you've said it all. You've buried me alive. You've told me I've got all sorts of diseases. So why would I be afraid of you saying my dress is ugly? I'm cheap. I don't have money. I mean, that's the least of the things you can say about me. I lost my assets. I lost everything. So I then decided that I need to fight a new fight. And that fight was my exit strategy. And that's when, you know, the new season in my brain, in my life happened, and I was on my way to my promised land. Yeah? You know the promised land? It's always got giants inside, right? So you have to circle it. And, you know, I had my Moses around. I had a lot of people who were the Moses who were like, do it like this. Actually, Luna checking the giant it's a promised land, because people think that when you leave something and you go to something, it's better.
Yes.
They don't know sometimes the promised land has got the giants that you come from the wilderness, but the promised land has got giants. So it's also another wilderness, but this time you're more conscious of it, right? You're more aware, you're more clear. This is where I'm going. In fact, I know there are thorns, because at the beginning you saw roses. And you were confused. You were getting excitable. Now, excitable. You are able to say no and yes and mean it without twitching. You get to that point where you're saying no and you're saying yes, and when you say yes, it's yes, and when you say no, it's no, and when you say whatever, it's whatever. So I knew that I need to let go of absolutely everything and start again. And not worry what anybody's thinking, because everybody has already said their bit. That is the worst things. So what possibly could they say about me even today that I haven't been through? Just think about it. But look at the outfit, even friends and family were ready to go. You know, Twitter, you trend, Facebook, you trend. Last month on Facebook, there was this guy was saying, pray for Sophie, and And I ended up swearing at him, and I thought, no, it's not my levels. I can't be swearing anymore. Let me just laugh. You need to start laughing things like that off, because you know there's triggers that will always be there, but you need to start learning now to manage even the triggers. The other day, I went to see my dentist, and he had put crowns. And I remember in that journey, I fell and lost all the crowns. Fell on my face. So a lot was happening that nobody knew about. And he was there. He sent me on emergency, and he sent me to another doctor, and he put temporaries, and he did all these things. And he called me, and he said, I want to see you. Just recently. Just after that call, I sobbed. Why did I sob? Because I just remembered that season that I fell, and that this guy rescued me. And like a lot came back, a lot came back. And by the time I went to his practice, I was smiling because I had done my bit in the house, and I thought, hey, trigger. So I'm a trigger as of ezane, because the devil will test you every time. So I thought, no more trigger. Even if the triggers come, I now need to strategize how to manage even the triggers, because now you're managing so much around you all the time as a person. So now I needed to begin to manage these triggers, to say, don't trigger. I'm going to hear a name and go,
Oh, wow, what a testimony. Family, what I have learned from this interview is that all we need to do in this journey of life is to have a relationship with God. We need to learn to listen and to talk to our God, because God hears and God answers. We need to learn to obey God. Our God is a restorer of life. Truth be told, Sophie's life has been restored. Her life will continue to serve as a testimony to many. Praise God for showing up on her. In the comment section, please give me your opinion. What do you say about this miracle? Thank you, family, for watching this video to the end. Please do not forget to like it before you leave. Subscribe for my channel if you haven't done so yet. I love you, family. Bye. See you on my next upload.